Al, just what you guys were thinking there in the fourth quarter as that 33-10 lead was slipping away, and how you were able to regroup.
Just, I mean, we kept fighting. Obviously, Armstrong was making some plays, and they got some plays downfield, and we were short a couple of safeties there, and Grace. Some guys stepped in, and again, great look on the sideline when it did go to overtime. Nobody panicked. Leaders led. Everybody else just stayed together, and proud of the way we finished. But obviously, we got some things we got to correct. But just told the guys, you're 3-0. Beat a good team that's won 9 games in a row. All of them. Everybody in that locker room has won 9 games in a row or more. 9 games or more in a row for each of the last 9 years, I believe. So, good win, a lot to learn from, and we'll move on this week.
Now, how do you balance when you've got a lead like that, as far as whether you want to stay, if you want to get conservative or stay attacking, especially offensively?
Yeah, I think the attacking mindset is what got us in trouble. 3rd and 6. Again, if I could have one back, it would have been that one. I would have just said to James, just bury it in there and let's kick a field goal, because I think we could have got up by 23 or 24 at that point, and we got interception, and that's on me. And then the next time down, I wanted to kick it again, go up by more than 3 scores, and they converted their 2-point conversion. So obviously, I thought Rashawn, played really hard. I thought he made a great catch there at the end. It didn't go our way, but we did have some aggressive plays that didn't go our way, and they made some plays. So again, at the end of the day, we won. I'm really pleased for our guys for fighting the way they fought.
The penalties, Al, just talk about that.
Yeah. How many did we end up with? 12. And then the personal fouls. Guys ejected. We got to take care of that. So we'll get it cleaned up.
2 ejections, did you think they were justified?
Again, I didn't see the replay on either one of them, but again, they really take their time on those upstairs, so they usually get those right. That's one instance that they usually get right. So again, disappointed for those 2 kids, because they're as physical as anybody, and I've never seen either one of them get called. Either one of those guys get called for a targeting. So uncharacteristic on their part. But I know we don't teach it, and I haven't seen those guys do it. So disappointed that it happened.
Is there understanding that we won't have them against the first half of that season?
I think that's the rule. I think that's the rule.
Weren't your safeties kind of carrying you most of the game with the plays they were making in the back, part of this, knocking balls loose and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, they played hard. I mean, there's no question about it. They played hard, and our reps ended up getting high in the second half there on defense. We needed to convert better on offense, and obviously red zone, right? So penalty, 2 penalties, that stopped us, and then a penalty that took 7 points off the board, and then the interception. So any combination of those, and we're not having that discussion at the end. Or if I had protected the 3rd down and 6 that we ended up throwing interception.
What about bench control? I mean, the whole game.
I'm not discussing bench control. I mean, come on.
Okay.
We haven't had bench control issues at all in my tenure here.
Okay.
Coach, the 3rd downs are still an issue. You said it already, but I mean, it's just something that's happened all 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, we have to improve. At the end of the day, we have to improve there. We weren't good enough here today, and when we needed to run it, we weren't good enough. So, we have to keep working on it, keep throwing and catching, and keep practicing. And again, that's one part of our game we've got to continue to focus on here next week.
Coach, the plays that Korn made early in the game and the play he made late in the game, he's focused now totally on football. Would he still be making those types of plays if he was doing the dual?
No, he's a super athlete. I mean, that play that he made, he opened up his hips completely and caught the ball. He's got great eye-hand coordination, and again, just a great kid. I mean, all those kids fought. At the end of the day, give Nebraska credit for the way they played, but give our kids a lot of credit for fighting, scratching, clawing, staying together, having poise, and then finish it in overtime.
Was there any thought to not taking that knee at the end of the game?
I had no timeouts, Beast.
Yeah.
I had no timeouts. I thought about it. It's just like, I'd rather go down there at home and go down in that end zone and go play football. And we ended up being right, but again, you got to make those decisions. I think it was 33 seconds. I thought about it, and I said, no, James, just sit on it. I mean, we'll be fine. I mean, we trust our guys. We have good leaders, and they were like, we're good, and I just didn't have any timeouts. Now we're throwing the ball vertically and risking a sack fumble, it wasn't worth it.
Badgley with the 5 field goals today, obviously, just for him to come through that way for you.
Yeah. Again, he works hard. He's got bad hair, but he works his ass off, and he's tough. He's tough. I could see him just being focused there at the end. He's just going to strike it. But the ball's been jumping for him lately. He's been really working hard, and I thought the protection was good on the unit tonight. The operation was good. You need to have that for him to be confident. And again, tomorrow is the day we talk about not getting touchdowns in the red zone. But tonight we celebrate what we did in the red zone, and obviously that's what Badge did.
Coach Rashawn Scott taking up another level tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
physicality.
again, him, Njoku, Herndon, Herb. Again, we made some plays, and obviously, Mark Walton's got a run that was called back. Mark Walton's got a flare pass that was called back. Again, I thought we had the catch there, so that we left a couple plays out there that any one of those would have been the difference in the game in terms of regulation. So, but I think those wideouts and tight ends. I mean, David did a nice job today, Njoku. So again, that was really good for those guys to get in there and do that.
Coach, you said the leaders led going into that overtime, like the feeling on the sideline. What exactly did you tell them?
I said nothing, and we're at home. That's what I said. There's nothing, and we're at home. Don't worry about it. And everybody was relaxed. And I looked over, and the whole offense was on the field. The entire offense was over here on the field, out to the numbers. I think they wanted the ball. We elected to go on defense. And obviously it turned out in our favor. And again, it gets hairy down there, whether to try to punch it in or just center it. But just felt like centering was the best probability there. And obviously Badge nailed it.
Last question.
In preparation for this game, did you guys see in their tape how deep the safeties were, and that's where you attacked early in the game, but maybe 3 quarters?
Yep, no, we did. And again, when they had the lead, they started going man, and then we didn't. We had some chances to beat them in man, to make the play that could have ended it. And unfortunately, Mark's got called back, and Mark's run too, because we had him in man and we had him sifting back, and we creased it. And when you crease man to man, you're going to take it to the house. And that was both those plays were unfortunate because they wouldn't have had enough time, I don't think, to come back if that was the case. But again, early in the game, we were hitting them underneath, and we just needed to convert in the red zone. Simple as that.
Al, what changed with their offense in the fourth quarter? I mean, from the beginning of the game, you guys were all over it.
Yeah, that guy, I give so much credit to Armstrong. He just played all over the place. Got out of the pocket, was 10, 15 yards deep sometimes. Ran around. He just made plays. And, a couple of third down and longs, we didn't get off the field. Any one of those, again, could be the margin in the game. We had him 3rd and 13, I believe, and he scrambled to the near sideline. And the stamina and endurance he had and the mental toughness, again, I'm giving him credit. Yes, there's things we have to fix, but give that kid a lot of credit. He's a warrior.